Hello everyone, and welcome back to another video at my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be making Father's Day cards with all the masculine backgrounds I made on the last video. So up first today I've got this dry embossed clock pattern that I went over it with some vintage photo distress ink to bring out the embossing and give it a little weathered look. It went around the edge as well. So this is an A2 size card. So my first layer is just going to actually be some gold glitter paper that I'm going to put down to cover the whole entire card base. And then I'm going to put a layer of black, and then I'm going to layer on the embossed piece. And then this I found in Design Space when I just searched Dad and Father, and I found a whole bunch of images and stuff that I'm using on all these cards, so that is going to go down there. I just stamped a Happy Father's Day from one of my sets. I'm going to put it here, and this was from one of my sets too that I also did some gold embossing, and I'm going to put that on the inside. So I'm going to start by getting these two pieces layered together and adhered to the card front. Okay, I have this all adhered down now, and I've cut myself a piece of just brown craft foam, just slightly smaller than my embossed piece here. And I'm also going to take my scissors and cut it roughly in half. And then I'm going to run it through my Xyron sticker maker. Okay, now I have that adhered down with foam, so that gives it some nice dimension. Now I'm just going to take this image and I'm going to adhere it flat down to the embossed surface. Apply plenty of adhesive so it has lots of surface area to grab. Okay, now our sentiment is going to go just like this, and I think I'm going to cut it at, or do a flag end. I'm going to do a flag end. So I'm going to do a small one. Just cut it like that. Cut it up in the center and then in from the corners. There we go, and it's going to fit right up there just like that. Okay, now for the inside, I've got this other piece that I had embossed. I'm going to take my corner chompers on the 1/4 inch side and just round these corners. I'm going to put it over to the side just like this. I'm going to center it on the side. Alright, and there is card number 1. For card 2, which was on this Simon Says Stamp Island Blue cardstock, I used the Nuvo Mousse in the Platinum with the Simon Says Stars and Dots stencil, and I used my palette knife to spread it on there and let it dry, and so it dried. It's all dry now and nice and raised in dimension. So I think I'm just going to adhere this flat down on here, and then with the old Father's Day stamp set I had, I stamped out this World's Greatest with Simon Says Schoolhouse Red, I believe, and then I silver embossed the dad on there, and I'm going to make it like a ribbon. And I'm going to take this silver ribbon that I had in my stash and do that, and it's going to be something like that on the front of the card. So I'm going to get this stuff glued down, and then I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, here's card 2 all put together. I did put this up on a pop dot, or a foam square, I should say. And I used glue dots to stick the ribbon together and to stick it down. But I do kind of like it a little loose. I think it gives it a fun look. But anyway, there's card 2. Okay, here is card 3. This is another vintage looking image that I found in Cricut Design Space. I coated the fish with some Spectrum Noir clear overlay. Thought it was fun to give the fish some sparkle. And this Happy Father's Day, I also found it when I was searching Design Space. And so I just tried my best to do a darker shade of this blue. And I thought it looks pretty good together. So I'm going to get these glued down. Okay, here's the outside of card 3 finished. So now I'm going to take some Simon Says Stamp Island Blue. And this is just a Father's Day sentiment out of an old stamp set that I have. So there we go. That's good. There we go. There it finishes. Card number 3. Okay, here is the makings of card number 4, the wood grain that I made, and this neat little image, and then a Day for Dad medallion stamped in the island blue. So I think I'm going to adhere the wood grain down flat, and then I'm going to pop this up and the Day for Dad up. Okay, got that all stuck down. I think I'm going to take some Spectrum Noir clear sparkle overlay, and this is a new pen, so just got to prime it, squeeze. Okay, I think I'm going to sparkle the medallion. Ooh, a lot of sparkle came out. Flower. The pot. Don't want to get over carried away with the sparkles since it is a guy card. Alright, now I think I'll take our island blue ink and this other little stamp I have. There we go. Dad card number 4, I think. Okay, for this next one, I'm going to be using the fun mustache background and grills. And these, this again was from a stamp set, old stamps that I had. This I found on Cricut Access along with the little grill. And so I think I'm going to do this, and this was just some paper out of my stash. This down flat, I think I'm going to pop this up, and then I'm going to put the characters down flat because they're got a lot of little spindly pieces, and I want to make sure nothing gets bent. So I'm going to stick all these down. I'll be right back. Okay, I got this one all stuck down. I popped up the little medallion here, and I made some basically ground my little images here with some Copic markers. I used YG 97, 95, and 93, and again I adhered those down flat, and I popped up the watercolor panel. So now on the inside, I've got this really cute mustache stamp that says Happy Father's Day in it. I've got it lined up on my Fiskars stamp press, and I'm just going to use the grid lines on the stamp press to help me make sure I've got it good and even. I'm going to use some Simon Says Stamp Fern ink. Okay, card 5. Our next card is the smooshing background, and got this cute little dad and his zippy little car that I found on Cricut Access, and this Father's Day also that I found on Cricut Access, and I changed the colors to match more with our background. And so I am going to adhere our background down flat, and then I'm going to put some foam behind this, and I'm going to put this down flat, but I'm going to use my Spectrum Noir pen over it just so it'll stand out, because yeah, that's a whole lot of little tiny stuff to be cutting foam. So I'll adhere that down and be right back. Alright, for my last pre-made background, which was this herringbone that I inked, I cut out this World's Best Dad, and I went over it with the Wink of Stella, this I found in Cricut Access, and I put some glossy accents on the stitching. I thought that would add a little bit. And I didn't have another whole sheet of this glitter paper left in this color, so I just cut some strips and just made a frame, and I'm going to pop this up with foam, and then just simply add this on top. So I will get those glued together and be right back. Okay, I've got this all together. You can see the dimension there. You see the glossy accents on there. For the inside, okay, I'm going to use the Delicata inks by Stukaneko. And I'm going to use the gold here. I've got this little Hey Dad. So ink it up really well. And I've got this Happy Father's Day. I think I'm going to do it in the copper. There we go. That is the last card for all my backgrounds that I had pre-made. Okay, I want to give everybody a look at the envelopes I made. I just put a strip of washi tape over the back flap of some different designs and colors. This says Enjoy Life. I added some narrow strips with some wider strips just to give my envelope some decoration. And then one last look at the cards. Here's the World's Best Dad card. I stamped in it, Hey Dad, Happy Father's Day, in 2 different colors of the Delicata ink. And then I've got this one. And this one. And then the oxide ones in the larger size. So there are my fun masculine cards. I hope everybody had some inspiration, and thanks everybody for watching.